Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of An Idiot Plays Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remastered. This will be episode 5. For those of you who have watched episode 1 through 4, I'd like to thank you for supporting and liking and commenting. For those of you who have, it means a lot. You know, I enjoy playing these games, but it's nice to know that other people are enjoying my playthrough as well. So, when we last left off, we had gotten the nitrate powder out of one of the chests using the Mystic Key, and we stopped just outside of Dwarven territory. So we're going to go ahead and use the nitro powder, turn in the nitro powder, as well as picking up a couple of rooms we didn't have access to due to not having the Mystic Key. Lali-ho. Alright, we did get those chests. It's not these doors. So it's going to be the one down here. What's nice is, and I didn't use it, but you can always pull up the map to look for things like that. So we're going down here to this room to use the Mystic Key we got. Alright. Tent. A Great Helm. Worm Killer. Ether. A Potion. Mithril Mail. Okay, so we did get looks like we're getting a couple of items we can go ahead and equip now. I'm going to pull that up. We know we got a helm. Does decrease the evasion, but at this point we're going to start stacking up defenses. So he's going to be just a moving tank. It appears that the iron armor I have equipped to him is already... So just the Great Helm. We did get another weapon, the Worm Killer, which, let's see, a sword effective against dragons. So we have a Were Buster, the Worm Killer, and then we do have the Rune Blade, which is more effective towards spellcasters. So we do have some items that we can use depending on the situation. I'm going to go ahead and equip the Worm Killer just because it has a base higher attack. So unless we know what we're going into, I'm almost always going to equip the item that's best for the character. Alright, we're getting close. Now, I don't know if this has been explained, but the monks actually gain damage based on their level. I know that's how it used to be. I don't know if it's still with the Pixel Remastered. I didn't really look into it, but I'm assuming it's the same, where as you level up, you're going to do more damage barehanded. So there's going to be a point where equipping an item is less beneficial to the monk. Yeah, see, it does the same thing for defenses. He gets defense per level, so equipping a level leather cap is actually going to lower his defense and his evasion, so... I believe that was all we were able to grab. So it was just the helm that was useful for us now, but that's fine. I'm actually going to go into items and keep this sorted. Alright. So let's go ahead and turn in the nitro powder. Nitro powder! The explosive force in this powder will have a canal open in no time flat. Again, I apologize for the lack of accent. I owe you, Bairns. There we go. No, now we can blast this rock to smithereens. What you standing around for? The powder's set to blue. Unless you plan on going with it, you'd best get out of the way, or get out while you still can. I love the dwarves, but with the accent, I'm not going to be a fun time, especially for those of you who are listening to me play, so... Alright, it appears we have blasted an area that we should be able to now pass through with our boat. Cannot wait to see what lies out there beyond the canal. Alright, so it didn't actually blow a path through here. So let's go ahead and we'll exit, get back to our boat, and then see where we can actually go. Preemptive. We're gonna keep that flea up and going just in case we get into random combats like that. I do want to do some combat, so I will show some of that, but I might start cutting it out just to save people having to watch me do the grinding part of the game. I've done it a couple times earlier where did some grind jumps just so I could come back with money or levels necessary. So here we go. Out the canal. Oh. Oof. Now we're starting to get where we're doing considerable damage regularly, which is nice. Okay, we got a little town here. I'm sure that's probably where they want us to go first. I'm not entirely sure what order I should be doing some of these things at. I'm kind of winging it as we go. Hopefully it's not unbearable to watch me stumble around the world. Woo! Melmond. Restore the Crystal to Grace. Well, I hate to tell you this, guys, but your town looks like crap. And it's part graveyard. You guys just bury people right in the town? Alright, so we do have a little bit of money. In the cave on the southern tip of this continent lives a man named Sada. He is a wise man who knows much. Okay. I've heard the ancients possess something with the power to make ships float in the sky. What is my name? I've come all the way from Durgar to find out the spirit of the Earth's decay. Restore the Crystal to Grace? I'm working on it. Get off my back about it. The vampire attack, destroying our church and leaving our city in shambles. Is there nothing we can do to stop the ruination of the Earth? Alright, I believe all of them just say it's a gravestone. Oh, what did he say? The giant living in the cave eats rocks. He'll eat just about any kind of rock, but I hear he especially likes gems. He can't get enough of them. Okay. Okay. The Cavern of Earth is to the south of Melmond, on the peninsula called the Devil's Tail. It used to be closer you got to the cave, the more fertile the soil. Now it's a barren waste. Okay, let's see. So there's the vampire. We know that there's a cave to the south. Apparently, so this is where we're talking to people in the village. You know, it really helps to ask around the NPCs. You don't want to avoid them. Sometimes it's just random nonsense, but every once in a while they kind of, if you piece it together, they give you little tips as to what to do. Okay. Whoa, that's... What we're going to do is I'm going to continue my rule of going to look at magics before I actually look at items, but I can only imagine how expensive it is. 4,000. Okay, so... Life is important. Keep people alive and keep us from spending 500 gil every time we want to buy a Phoenix down. So I'm going to go ahead and buy life. I am going to be out of money so fast. Because I want to buy Curaga. Let's see what we have. Because I have spells that are going to cure. Yes, they're a little bit lesser, but we don't have a ton of health. Instantly kills all enemies. Okay. Alright, so we spent 8,000 on one more spell. Now, I will have access. Yes, I do have up to level 6 spells. So having level 5 magic, I am able to use it. A longsword. Let's see. So it's only going to be one attack. I don't think it's worth it to pick up the longsword. Plus, the ones I do have do more damage to specific items. We have the worm, which does to dragon. We've got the one that does damage to mages, and we have the one that does damage to beasts. So we're going to hold off on buying a longsword. Now, this, I do want to buy 2 armlets. So we're going to be flat broke. Nowhere near the knights. 36,000. Wow, that is pricey. So let's go ahead and equip. It's a big jump in defense. It'll be good for everyone involved. We're gonna. How about you buy our crap that we just sold you? Because we know now we're not going back to the copper armlet. It's 1,200 gil back. Leather armor, we can buy that if we need to. Blue chainmail we can buy. Hammer, staff. Now, most of the time I wouldn't even sell this stuff, but because I spent all of my money on items, or on equipment and magic, I do want to have a little bit of money so we can go to an item store. Is there an item store in town? There is not an item store here. Okay, that makes things complicated. Can't even go in there. Long ago, a prosperous civilization thrived in the Northland. It's fallen into ruin. Alright. So let's actually go ahead and head south. We're going to check to see if there is the next story beat down there. Okay, so bit of a problem. There is no item store in that last town, so we weren't able to stock up on things we needed. Hopefully, we still have some. Ooh, only 5 potions. That is not great. But we do have sleeping bags, we have tents, we have cottages. If we have to, we can always use those and restock as we go. Oh, we want to go south. Though we did see the cave, so we'll want to remember that. I will start getting some of that money back. If you notice through the last cave we went through, each progression does give more money. See, we already knew that ogres gave a good amount of money, but now we're getting in where we're fighting 3 of them at a time. Now, we did encounter that a couple of times, but I'm hoping to see the difficulty kind of spike as far as what random encounters out in the overworld. Alright. Okay, we have not fought hyenodons. So now I will use a tent before I go into the cave. So I know that it's going to restore some of my magic. Hopefully it'll restore at least one of every level of magic. Ooh, we're gonna... As long as I keep attacking my warrior, I shouldn't have too much to worry about. He does have a nice armor, so it's going to prevent a lot of damage. 729, look at that. We're already up to 3,900 gil. So, essentially, we're basically to where we can buy another potion. But, before we go in, I'm going to go ahead and use a tent. Not exactly sure what we're going to encounter in there, so it's better to be safe than sorry. That way my HP is at least full. It does look like it fills at least one of each MP level, so if that's something you weren't sure how it was going to work, I don't know if it's going to restore more. Oh, it looked like it did restore more, because I did use 2 level 4 spells, I believe. Yeah, I did. Alright, 3. Because I used Thara and Fyra multiple times. So the tent at least looks like it at least recovers 2 spell slots. That's actually good to know. Alright. Caverns of the Earth. Now, I'm going to look around to make sure. That looks like straight dead end. There's a room there. I love the music. I cannot gush enough about the music in this game. They did such a fantastic job. Now, we have fought mummies before, so hopefully it's the same mummies we've experienced when it comes to stat-wise, that they aren't just buffed up or something like that. Alright. Easy peasy. Let's get down to this room. And we got a chest. Actually, if these are the same creatures, and it looks like they were with the mummies, 5 gargoyles isn't going to give us much experience or much skill, so I'm going to go back to fleeing unless we absolutely need to. Monsters! Okay, so... Okay, that's something new, an earth elemental. Yeah, hopefully we get a good balance where we're not getting too high in level to keep things challenging, but we're making enough gil where we're able to afford the items in the game, the items and magic. We're just gonna see where it goes if we just knock the crap out of it in one round. Okay, so that's definitely got some oomph in him. And he has a pretty decent base HP pool, it looks like. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use Cure. I don't like using those slots, but for the most part, as we get higher level stuff, Protect will still be useful, but Cure and Dia in combat, I have the upgraded versions. Alright, we've fought tarantulas before. If they do poison, hopefully we get out. I'd like to try to limit the amount of items I use, just due to the fact that the last town didn't have an item shop. Alright. We got 2 rooms here. That's a dead end, so down and to the left and get both of those rooms. Okay. Oh, that's dead end. It is nice having that little map. It keeps you from spending too much time wandering aimlessly in the dungeons. Now, I know that there's probably a lot of purists who say it makes it too easy, and I understand that, you know, but we're at a time where a basic map is available in just about every game you play. You're able to look at where you're at. 880 gil. Monsters, okay. At least this time it's a preemptive strike. It's an earth elemental. So... use a... actually, let's use temper. We haven't even used that yet. Now, there isn't a null earth, it looks like. It's just shock, blaze, and frost. So, hopefully... magic... Now, I wonder if earth elementals count as spellcasters or beasts. Alright, we gotta level up. Now, with that level, I kind of want to check to see if... alright, it's going to keep the same item. So I'm going to remove that. So as we level up, we're going to get more attack damage. Because if you forget about it and you end up leaving an item equipped for too long, you're going to lose out on a lot of damage. And with Monk being one of my main damage dealers as far as physical damage, I kind of want to see him grow. My warrior's doing a good amount of damage, which, you know, I've seen a lot of people run multiple warriors just due to the fact that they do a ton of damage with the weapons they equipped. I kind of wanted to go at least, or one of everything in the party. I didn't want to run any duplicates. Now, I could have switched out the black mage for the red mage, because it looks like there's some black magic spells that I'm not going to use for the most part. We will beat the crap out of you for your money. But yeah, I like the black and white mage. I think they're kind of iconic monsters. See if that does anything. Okay, there we go. He gets more attacks off. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I should have had the nunchucks off a long time ago. Had I known it was going to be that much damage, I would have ditched those a while ago. I think I was doing 30 to the last, 33, 34 to the last Earth Elemental. Alright, we're going to stick to the single target spells. Save those group spells for the groups that we encounter. That should keep them from getting knocked out. Well, I'm an idiot, and I kept the nunchucks equipped and lost out on a lot of damage. It's cure. Oh yeah, I didn't get Curaga because I'm dumb. See how much damage. It's not that much of a difference between the magic I was using, the single target magic, and his physical attacks, so we may save those spells. Okay, now we're in a bit of a conundrum because we do have to kind of crack into the items we have. That's going to get the full use. Again, I like to wait. I mean, there will be times where I jump the gun and use a potion when I need to heal someone 46, 47 health. But for the most part, I like to get the most value out of it. That's good for right now. I know that the monk could have used a full potion, but he's got a decent health pool. It's not awful. He's going to be able to withstand a couple of hits. Hopefully 2. Getting that silver armlet, I'm hoping, really added enough defense where he can take a shot. Let's see. Yep, we're going the right way. When in doubt, always check your map. You know, you get lost and you end up wandering around for twice as long as you should. It's going to make this game feel longer, feel more grindy just due to the encounter rates. I need to start being a little bit more active in watching my playtime because the last couple of videos ended up being around an hour. So I don't want to slog everyone down watching a bunch of my playthrough, especially when there's a lot of, you know, videos. I want to try to keep it around that 30-minute mark. Okay, Hill Gigas, that's something new. Yeah, I'd like to keep it around the 30-minute mark, but if I do run long, it's not the end of the world. Hopefully you guys don't mind the long form episodes, because when it comes to RPGs, sometimes you get into a little groove and it's hard to pay attention to the amount of time you've actually spent in it, because RPGs are a time sink. You know, when you're thinking you're spending anywhere from 15 to 30 hours in a game, you know, only playing 30 minutes at a time, you're not really getting much progress in the story. Hopefully we can knock him out before he gets another hit. Fantastic. Okay, Hill Gigases give some gil now. Okay, so now I don't feel so bad that there's that armor that was 3,600. Let's see. Doesn't seem so crazy when you think of how much. Oof. We could always leave and go back and get a tent if we need to. Try to keep it where I can fill my magics with the tent. We know that it at least does 2 on 3 or lower, so hopefully it's 2 on all spells. Move out of my way, bat. Bunch of cobras, low-level creatures. I don't know if they can poison. I know the anacondas can. I'd assume the cobras could poison, because in real life, anacondas don't poison, but cobras do. Alright, we got some items. Coral sword. Aquatic enemies. We are not in an aquatic area, so tent. 300 gil. Okay. No random encounters. A couple more Hill Gigases. We'll go ahead and use a Cura on Boy Tifa. I love that the white mage action, it looks like she's giving the enemy the finger, which I know doesn't seem that funny, but to me, just the idea of like someone just flipping off the enemy, healing their teammates, or using a spell, it's humorous to me. Because I'm a child. Alright, so that's the way... But we want to go down there. So we're going this way. Nope. We want to take that left. Okay, this is a little bit more than I expected. Let's use Firaga for the first time. Firaga. Hillgigas, we'll just wipe through. There's too much gold or gil to just leave a Hillgigas. Yeah, they may do some damage, but we can wipe it through pretty much one go. I wouldn't recommend running from these just due to the amount of gil they give you. Good experience too for a singular creature. Okay, these are completely new creatures. Trolls historically don't like fire, so we're going to use Fyra, see if that does. At least that's how it is, I think, in D&D. Fire bad for trolls. Yeah, that did 178 to the backline and only 110 something. 118 something. Okay, and they heal every round. Okay. Leveled up again. It looks like we're going to gain some levels, unfortunately. I'm going to try to keep it low by fleeing from certain mobs. Okay, we're going to use a high potion. That's... Alright. Another earth elemental. Okay. Yeah, our monk bops now. I wish I had paid more attention to the monk's equipment. Even though he was only getting... Or it was taking away his overall damage, it looks like it increased the amounts of hits he had. So ultimately, you're losing overall damage, even though it says your attack damage is up. Alright. And is there any use for a leather shield? That wouldn't make sense for it to go up. So... on to the third floor. Like, these things will flee from... Even though the gil and experience aren't extremely high, trying to avoid some of the experience for things we just wipe through, I'll try to avoid. We didn't get the flee off? That's unfortunate. Alright, so this is a little more complicated. That looks like a dead end, so we'll want to avoid going all the way up. Room there, room there. I think that will connect, the one in the center there. Alright, so a few rooms. Should be able to pick up a few things. We know we need to go down to the end of the hall. Whites and ghasts. I believe we fought all of these before, so we're going to go ahead and bail. Sleeping bag. rates are another thing that we encountered in the last cave, the marsh caves, so we're not too worried about that. Alright, so we have a room here. We know not to go to that upper level. It looked like a dead end. Ooh! Okay, okay. Critted on me. That's a... proceeding to beat the utter crap out of me. $3,400 gil. That's a nice little chunk. Where are we at gil-wise? Yeah, 30,000. So, as I was saying earlier before I totally forgot, that 36,000 for the armor isn't too crazy when you think you're getting 2,000, 3,000 gil per fight. I'm not sure if maybe... does he drop something? Hopefully he does something. I would hate to have just wasted time in a fight that I didn't need to spend. Alright. Doesn't seem to matter. I'm not doing too much damage with those. Yeah, my monk went from the second highest attack damage to the guy who's thumping the most. Alright, he didn't appear to drop anything. Okay. Yeah, so we just follow this down and take that right there. Pisco demons. Nope, I did not mean to hit the fast forward, but here we are. Might as well kill him at this point. We've already invested a spell. 900 gil's not bad, though you're getting basically that much from a singular Hilgigus. Go ahead and heal everyone up. Only one cure left. Use a cure. Yeah, that last town not having a... and that's too high, so we'll have to just keep an eye on people's health. Now, I'm debating if it's worth going all the way back to the entry to use a tent or maybe even a cottage. Alright, now I know I normally don't like doing this, but we're gonna... 132, he's got such a low base health pool that it is dangerous to not heal him. Because with 70 health as a black mage, you just run the risk of being killed. Let's see. And I believe I wasted a good spell. Yep. We do have ethers. They are for sale at the shop, so... I don't like the look of that bat. We're gonna use an ether now. We're gonna... okay. We'll use an ether on both spellcasters. And then we're going to use magic from the level 1 spell we just picked up to heal her back up to over 200. I feel like I'm going to regret that. All things in the world are destined to end in death. Steel cannot be broken, and so the earth shall rot. This is probably that vampire everyone was telling me about. You cannot alter destiny. Mere mortals cannot kill the undying. Sir, I have killed mummies. I have killed werewolves. It's only a matter of time before I added a vampire to that list. Not having... Oh, here we go. He's technically undead, right? Oh, mistake. You had your shot and you missed it. Take a shot at the champ. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Turns out, set a vampire on fire. It'll be alright. That was not as scary as I thought it was going to be. The Star Ruby. Okay, so that's probably going to give us a hint as to what we do next. Let's see if there's a description on it. An enormous red jewel. Now, the person in the last town said that there was a Titan that ate jewels, but one was his favorite. So I'm going to assume that that was what they were talking about. Like, that's the jewel we needed. Now, we haven't fought ochre jelly. Okay, those ones can be physically hit. A stone slab set in the floor. An evil force seems to emanate from within. Well, why can't we do anything about it? Okay, so it looks like there's nothing we can do about it right now. So let's go ahead and exit. I'll actually cut away so you guys don't have to watch this. I will be back when I exit the cave, and we'll go from there.